na
Umeona? Oh my gosh. Hi guys, so we are back at it again. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following. Thank you for the personal messages. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Like, this means so much to me. I'm so grateful. So here we go again, episode 2. So for episode 2, I'm going to be talking about my personal life, and for episode 2 it will be in 3 parts. So I will talk a little bit about my childhood and how I grew up, and just a little bit about my education, and just little tidbits about my family, and just growing up generally. So stay here with me, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Obviously, I'd love to hear your comments, what you think about this episode, and what else you would like me to talk about. So here we go. Okay, so growing up, I come from a family of 6 children. Yes, we were a big family, or we are a big family. So 6 children. I am the middle child. I'm the 4th born and the last girl. So obviously that came with a lot of pressure for middle children, and you guys can tell me what you think about this. There's a lot of pressure because you want to stand out, you want attention, and because your siblings have already gotten that attention, especially the older ones, you actually fight to get that attention. But I'm so glad that I had amazing parents who gave me the attention that obviously I needed. And it was just an amazing time growing up, just becoming the woman that I am today. So I went to really good schools. I thank God that my dad had the ability to take us to good schools, and it was just an amazing time in all those schools. Primary school in Buruburu, then high school, State House Girls. Shout out to my State House Girls alumni. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. So in State House Girls, obviously coming to my own, those are the early teens, so you're just trying to figure out everything, you're growing up. And it was just amazing because I had all these dreams. Like, I was just, the way you just sit and dream about all these things. And so I dreamt, and I said, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor when I grow up. That is something that I was really looking forward to, and I wanted to pursue that dream, whatever it may be. So my parents, being as supportive as they were, after high school, I went to a medical school in Uganda, and it was just amazing, just getting into that whole scene and getting into the medical studies. Obviously, you guys know medical studies are not a joke. For the doctors, you guys, like, bow down to you guys. Like, it's not a joke. The cuts every day, the exams like almost every other week. That was crazy, but I really enjoyed the journey. But then the most interesting thing is when I was in campus in Uganda and we were doing medicine, when we started doing the practicals, especially on the anatomy side. So maybe you guys don't know, for anatomy you actually get literal dead bodies, and you have to dissect them and learn all the things that come with learning the body and the body parts. So we were doing anatomy, and I remember when I was dissecting those bodies, I was just like, this is so weird. I hate it. I just don't like this. I don't even know what this is about. But I was like, hey, my dad has sacrificed, my parents have sacrificed. I have to do this. I cannot give up. And this is a dream. So I said, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to do everything that I can. And I continued. And then we started having practicals where we were drawing blood from each other. And every time I was drawing blood from one of my partners, one of my schoolmates, I was just like, this is so queasy. I really don't like this. I feel like I'm hurting them. Like, this is not proper. This is not good. But I mean, it's part of the course, so I had to do it again. I just decided I'm not going to give up. Let me just do this. And I continued. But then unfortunately, after a 2-year period was up, something happened that made me not continue with my studies in Uganda, and I had to come back to Kenya. But then the dream was not over. I mean, I knew I was coming back to Kenya, and I was coming to continue to pursue my medical doctor dream. So when I come to Kenya, I request to transfer my credits to a prestigious university here. But then the back and forth, it did not happen, and so I had to just let go of that dream painfully, but I had to let go of it. So now you guys know I was to become a medical doctor, but unfortunately it did not happen. And the thing is, God has his way, so I was just like, it's fine, let's go on to the next thing. And the good thing is, when I was dreaming of all these things in high school, when I was trying to figure out what the next step would be after leaving high school, I'd written down that I'd want to do a course in business and IT. So what I ended up doing is taking my second option, which was Bachelor of Business in IT. And I did that in one of the prestigious schools here in Nairobi, and it was such an amazing time. But again, I know, guys, like IT, hey, that was just something else. I did not enjoy it. The programming, Java, C++, all that. I was just like, why should I know what happens at the bank? Like, me, I just want a phone that I can use, a computer that I can use. So for me, I just didn't like IT at all. Like, it was not something that I enjoyed, but I had to learn it because it was part of the course. But I really enjoyed the business part. So my family comes from, like, my family background, my grandma, most of my family members, they love business. So I had that business thing in me. So I really enjoyed the business part, and that's what I ended up doing. I enjoyed it. I graduated, and it was such an amazing time. And obviously I didn't like the IT part, but then the business and the tech combined, it was just amazing. And that's actually helped me even to what I did in my previous job, the job that I just left. So I did both. I combined both the business side and the tech side. So I mean, everything has a reason. God has a purpose for everything. So yeah, that was my campus life, and I really enjoyed it. So that is the end of part 1. I wanted to share a little bit about my growing up, my schooling life. I hope you enjoyed it. Tune in next week for another episode of part 2, where I'll be talking more about my career journey, my personal life.